Good evening, guys. It is Monday, October 2nd, 2017, and this is the team call for Team Be the Change. Last night in Melissa's Team Destination U page, Jessica Vanderberg came on to do a live Facebook video and talk about her story and talk about her success and how she has achieved what she's achieved. And I wanted to kind of bring my own take on that because, not because I'm as successful as her yet or have the experience that she has, but I got a text from somebody who was on who kind of was like, I didn't really get it. I didn't get much out of it. And I think there's a lot there, and I just kind of wanted to give an additional perspective on that. And it kind of ties into what I wanted to talk about anyway, which was your vision and your mission for your life and for your business and why you want to be here and do this. I'm going to bring my notes over here so I'm not constantly looking the other direction. So I have my notes here. So something that struck me and that she said was like, she just did it. And I think from the text that I got last night, and I think one of their coaches that commented on her video and was asking questions, she was saying, it's hard, it's hard just to do it. Like, what do you mean you just did it? Like, great, just go to Diamond, get there, get to Emerald, get to Diamond, go, good, okay. And I think there's a deeper meaning in that, and that is in order to just do it, you have to get yourself into a mindset that is the only thing that matters to you. And so the way that happens is you come up with your why, you come up with your vision, you come up with your mission, and those things are so important to you and so powerful in your life that nothing else matters except for achieving those goals and helping those people to get you to where you want to go. And so she had a short-term goal, and her short-term goal was the Success Club trip. So at the time, she had to get to Diamond in 90 days. She had to hit Success Club for the end of the year. And then on top of that, if she wanted a room upgrade for the Success Club trip, she had to hit Success Club 10 for the rest of the year. And that was her why. That was her short-term why. And that's how she got started so quick. And she just did it because she was so passionate about making that happen for her family that was her reason, and that was her internal drive. And there was no way that she was going to miss that. There was no way she was going to tell her family, sorry, we're not going to go. Or, I didn't get it. I didn't do it. Like, sorry. And so she had to get creative. She had to come up with ways to make it happen. And so I know there are some of you who are not yet to Emerald, and, her advice and my advice also, is you sign up, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, sign up one of your family members, sign up your spouse. And there's a whole other reason for signing up your spouse if you haven't already. And as you start to grow your business, that will help you from a business standpoint, because you can work both your account and your husband's account. And with your spouse under you, you can build their account. So like, this is just kind of a random tangent, but I set up my husband's account. I used an old email of mine that is forwarded to my current email. So I get all the emails for his account. I set up his page, and then I sign people up. When I sign people up, I put them on his account, and then I build his account. And so like, you can get half of your Emerald with your spouse. And then once you are partway, you can have half of your Diamond also be your spouse when you hit, you can build your spouse's account and turn them into an Emerald, and that's half of your Diamond. And then you can get all the way to 1-star Diamond, continuing to build on your spouse's account. And so, you would need another business builder to get to Diamond along with your spouse. You can't do that by yourself, but once you get to Diamond, you can build up your spouse's account, and that can get you to 1-star Diamond. So those, again, that's just kind of an aside, but that just tells you that, there's flexibility that you have to, you don't have to rely on other people to get you where you need to go. You just have to be creative in how you get there. And the way that you get there is by creating this vision for yourself. And so I wanted to get into that a little bit. I know I've talked about it on other calls, but I just think it's so important, and to keep revisiting it, because it's not something that stays static, especially as you kind of learn what's possible with this business, and you learn, and you hear people's stories, and it gives you ideas and makes you think about what you want to do. So getting super crystal clear on 3 things. And so one is your why. So why do you want to do this for you? So for me, it's for my family. For me, it's, I want to be home with my family. I don't want to have to go to work every day for somebody else. I don't want to have to, have set hours and tasks and activities that somebody else is telling me to do at a job. I want to work on my own schedule and have the flexibility to put in this, focused and intense time when it works for me. So whether that's at 5 a.m. until, my son wakes up at 7 or 8, or, while he's napping in the afternoon, or sending him to daycare for a couple of hours and getting some work done. And then having the flexibility to, do whatever I need to do for the rest of the day, and, take care of other things at home, and all of those things. I want to come home. I want to work from home, and I want to make this my primary source of income. And then further on down the line, I want to make enough money that my husband doesn't have to do the job that he's in. He doesn't have to feel like he has to stay there to, bring in the income for our family, because I want to be able to provide that for him so that he can do what he wants to do, and not feel like he's so tied to something that, maybe he's not as passionate about. And so that's my why. And that's my why right now. And it'll change, I'm sure, maybe not a lot, but I'll expand it. I'll broaden it. I'll build on it. I'll, change how I want to get there. So these things aren't static. They're completely flexible. They're completely fluid. And that's why it's so important to keep revisiting them. The second thing is your vision. And that's really kind of bigger, broader, more long-term. And so that's when you start thinking about, where do I want to be in a year? Where do I want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in 10 years? And, you think of everything from like, what trips do you want to take? Who do you want to spend your time with? What projects do you want to do? Like, I want to do some renovation projects around my house. I don't know if you can see my kitchen behind me, but the people who built this house brought the 80s with them, and it's scary. But I'd love to do that. And it's not that you are setting yourself up for, disappointment if you don't reach these things, but it's like, it's like fuel on your fire. It's like, it's what gets you so excited about doing these things, is because, you have this vision. And there's a quote that I've heard 1,000 times: what you focus on expands. And so when you focus your energy into all these positive things, your brain, and there's science behind this, it's called neuroplasticity. And basically when you focus on the positive things and what you want to do, what positive things you want to do, and you think about them and you tell yourself that you're going to do them, your brain starts to believe it. And it's the same thing, like the opposite. If you talk to yourself in a negative way, and you're talking to yourself and you're like, oh, I'll never do that, or oh, I'll never make that, your brain believes you. Your brain will believe everything you tell it. And again, I mean, there's scientific studies that have shown, that, you can create new neural pathways by how you speak to yourself, and you're like, when you talk to yourself. So that, that is your vision. And you should have a vision for yourself. You should have a vision for your business. You should have a vision for your family. Come up with a vision with your family. Think about, as a family, what are your goals? What do you want to do? What do you want your life to be like? What do you want your business to be like? What would mean success for you in your business? Is that going to be a certain level of income? Is it going to be a certain rank? Is it going to be, just the fact that you only have to work a couple of hours a week or however many hours? Is it, whatever it is to you, make that vision really, really clear of what what you want to accomplish and what you will feel success, what those activities are that will make you feel successful. And the third one is your mission. And that is basically, so like I've heard it called an elevator speech. If you're in an elevator with somebody and they say, oh, what do you do? This should be like a very concentrated, boiled down, intense version of everything that your why and your vision encompasses, and how you want to bring that forth in the world. So I can't really share mine with you because I don't really have one yet, but I'm working on it. The one that I came up with when I first started that I'm still kind of working off of is just to help people reach their fitness and financial goals. And that's sort of, it doesn't get me as excited as it should, but it covers the basics for now. And it's something I'm working on, but that's just kind of, something to give you, to help you think about yours. It could be anything. Basically, it's a couple sentences or a sentence just really focusing in that hits all the bases and makes you excited every time you think about it. It's like the mission for any company. Again, like come up with one for your personal life, for your business, for your family, for your, everything, like what you want to do as, a community member, you can come up with mission statements for every part of your life. And so getting back to Jessica Vanderberg's call last night, or live chat, live video, live whatever in the team page. I think that she has done an exceptional job of getting really clear for herself and just, understanding what makes her tick and what inspires her and how she sets her goals to accomplish what she wants to accomplish. And so, she said, like, maybe I sounded really salesy at the beginning, but frankly, I didn't care. And I didn't care that people told me no. And I didn't care that people thought that, maybe I was or wasn't a certain way. And I didn't care what people thought about me because what I wanted was so important. And I knew that by sharing this with other people and getting them healthy and helping them, see the potential in this and feel great and feel amazing like I did, like those are, that was her drive. And she didn't care. And it's very hard not to care. And that's where personal development comes in. And that's where, really working on yourself and working on making sure that you have a mindset that is so strong and positive, that because we're all going to have bad days. I mean, there's not a single coach out there who does not have bad days, and it's not easy, but she's saying that there's a certain simplicity in it. And I think it's very easy to get distracted by all of the different trainings. And, and I know that I've got you all in certain trainings and there's a lot of them, but it can, honestly, we can talk, about the different trainings that you're in. If one of them's not working for you, great. Like, let's simplify. Like, maybe that's what we all need to do. Maybe all of us need to simplify, and just, think about just really the basics, which in all honesty is the 4 bottle behaviors. And so again, those are work on yourself, do your personal development, which is, so like work on yourself means grow your mindset, work on your mental capacity, your internal self, be a product of the product. And, on the outside, that means drinking your Shakeology every single day. That means, sharing that with the world that you're doing it. Like it's twofold. So like do it for yourself because what you do when nobody is looking is really the essence of who you are. And so even if you don't, tell the world every single time you work out, if you're working out and, getting every single workout, you're not missing your workouts, you're taking your rest days, you're drinking your Shakeology every day, you're eating well, you're eating healthy 80% of the time. I mean, nobody's perfect. That is what it means to be a product of the product. And, yes, you share about it, and yes, you use that to inspire people. But in all honesty, like, our bodies are our business. I mean, we are walking billboards for what we do. And if we aren't showing the world that these products work, and that, because we know they do, I mean, every single one of us knows that they work. That's why we're coaches. That's why we drink Shakeology, we use Energize, we just, continue to do our, we pick our programs, we follow our programs, we follow the nutrition plan because they do work. And when we share that with everybody else, they see that it works too. And then the third vital behavior, what do we have here? Work on yourself, personal development, invite, which is, connecting with people, inviting them to everything. Like, everything can be an invitation. Invite them to a group, invite them to try Shakeology, invite them to check out Beachbody On Demand, invite them to, join you in an accountability group, invite them to join you in a challenge, like a paid challenge group. Invite them into a conversation with you. Inviting doesn't just have to be, I'm running a challenge group, buy a challenge pack. That's not the only thing it's about. It's about connecting with people and opening up conversations with them, sharing information with them, and inviting them to try it. We've got Clean Week that actually is launching tomorrow. And that is going to be the most awesome thing. I am so excited about that because I have been running clean eating groups for the last probably 6 months. And, I've been putting together my own meal plans, and sometimes I include like some sort of a workout with Beachbody On Demand. Sometimes I don't. I offer people the opportunity to buy Shakeology. And so basically what this Clean Week does is it's 4 workout programs and a schedule. It's 7 days of Shakeology, and it's a meal plan. And it's, I want to say $30 for somebody to get all of that. They don't have to commit for a month. They can try it out before they buy. Hey, I'm in the middle of, you doing okay?
Yeah, with all of the craziness going on, I completely forgot about the team call.
Oh, that's okay.
That's the time it was, so I'm on.
Oh, good. Hi.
So, ready to team call it up?
Okay, hi. It's just you and me.
Okay.
So I was just talking about, well, let's see. I'm kind of doing a recap of Jessica Vandenberg's call last night, just talking about my take on what she was talking about and how we can apply that. Because I felt like a lot of what she said was pretty, it wasn't revolutionary by any means, but it's an awesome reminder that we all maybe just need to simplify a little bit. Just talking a bit about simplification, getting back to the vital behaviors. So of course we've got be a product of the product, do your personal development, drink your shake, do your workout, do your inviting and what, the different types of inviting are and what they mean. And then the fourth one is recognition. And so this is really, I love this one, and I don't do it nearly enough for some silly reason. But I think recognition is an amazing addition to the vital behaviors. And like I said last week, I think it used to be just be a product of the product, personal development, and invite. And adding in recognition is so cool because this is where you start to publicly recognize people for the awesome job that they're doing. And, you make them feel really good and recognized, and you make them feel warm and fuzzy inside. And they realize that somebody is noticing what they're doing and seeing that they're having success, even if they don't see their own success. If you say, hey, you have been doing an awesome job checking in the groups every day. I am so proud of you. People, it makes you feel good. It makes everybody feel good. Everybody wants to be recognized. Everybody wants to be told that they're doing an awesome job. And that, making that part of the vital behaviors is just such a great reminder that, we need to be just pouring the love into people. It's so, that's what this business is about. Every single one of the vital behaviors is about either loving yourself or loving another person, and just, putting all that good stuff out in the world. Making yourself better, which makes your family happier, which makes your community happier, which, makes everybody happier. You're an inspiration for people. They see you doing great things for yourself, and they want to do great things for themselves because they see you feeling good. And then making people feel good through conversations and connecting and inviting. And, we love what we do. We love these products, and we want everybody to feel as good as we do. And then recognizing other people for what they're doing. And, maybe we should do something as a team, like just for the rest of the month, like check in every day with our vital behaviors and say, did we do these things? Because they're vital behaviors for a reason. They obviously, a lot of thought went into these things, and a lot of, looking at successful coaches, looking at people who really are making this work, and realizing that, these are the things that they do every day, and that's the best way for it to work, and so simplifying, again, like what Jessica said, she said it's simple and you just have to do it. And in a way, yes, that sounds very, pie in the sky, but also in a way, she's so right, because this isn't a complicated business. Yes, it's extremely hard at times, but there's not a whole lot to it. So whether whether you've completed all the trainings that, you've been in or not, like assess what worked for you and assess what you took away, and let's just all try and simplify a little bit. I know for a fact that I overcomplicate things, and I'm very guilty of like, oh, shiny things, like let's go do this, let's go do that. And I know that I felt more successful at the beginning of my coaching career than I did kind of, a couple of months ago, because I think a couple of months ago I was trying to do too many things, and now I'm starting to streamline again, and now I'm feeling like I'm getting a better handle on it. So that's a big takeaway that I got from her call last night. Really getting back to like, why did you sign up to do this? Why, and somebody, here we go. This is my once a week. I forget who said things, but I want to say it was Carl. I think it was Carl, and somebody someday will watch this and say, no, it was not Carl. But he said, remember what it was like for you on day one, and keep that passion every single day. And, what is exciting to you? Why did you get those butterflies in your stomach? What made you want to sign up as a coach? What made you want to try Shakeology? What made you want to keep drinking Shakeology after the first week? What was your first program, and what did you love about it? Every single thing, like stay in week one or day one of being a coach, and, think about the first personal development book that you read. Think about the first person you reached out to, or the first person you signed up, or if you haven't signed anybody up yet, think about, how it feels, the first person that you talk to and who's interested in it, and keep that excitement and that passion. It is simple. Like if we can all just really get back to being like new starry-eyed coaches, that's the energy that we want to put out, and that's what people pick up on. So, it's, and this is a business, like, yes, it's about us, but in reality, it's not about us. It's about everybody that we're trying to help. And we just all need to get out of our own way, which is obviously easier said than done. So, personal development, read your books, do your meditation, do your yoga, do, whatever it is that works for you and gets you in the right mind frame. And something that I've heard a couple of people say is like, they really sit down and, they have some sort of a routine or a ritual every time they sit down to send out their invites. Because if you sit down and you're stressed out and you're thinking about like, your kid who's sick, or you're thinking about something that you have to take the car and to get it fixed, and you're sending out these invites, like your energy isn't going to be there. Your energy is not going to be right. And people will pick up on that, even if it's a Facebook message that you've typed out, like it's crazy how your energy comes across. So just making sure that you even if you just sit down, you just focus, take a few deep breaths, remember what is exciting to you about this. Think about day one, do your inviting, and share that passion with everybody. So, that is, and then this is a great quote by Jim Rohn that, again, I've heard a couple of times recently, and it's one of those, I feel like there's some quotes that I hear, I'll hear them, a couple times in a week, and I'll be like, maybe I need to pay attention to that, through my different podcasts that I listen to, or, my reading or whatever else. But this one says, and I've heard this, it's only Tuesday and I've heard it twice this week. No, today's Monday. Oh God, it's only Monday. Anyway, so the quote goes, work on yourself harder than you work on your business, and you're going to go from making a living to making a fortune. And that's by Jim Rohn. Because you have to have the mindset to sustain personal growth. You can only grow so much. Like, okay, let's see if I can get this across, because it makes sense in my head. Like, you have to grow yourself to grow yourself. You can't grow your life without growing yourself. You can't be a 15-star diamond leader with an emerald mindset. It just doesn't work. And so when you invest in yourself, you invest in personal development, you are making space in your life to be able to have all those things that you say you want. So whether it's, rank or income, like you have to be in the right mindset to keep all of that coming into you. I hope that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, good. So that's what I got for tonight. And I'm going to do a post tomorrow, and I'm going to come up with some kind of simplification things that we can do as a team. Maybe just like a checklist. We'll check in, once a week or every couple of days or once a day. Let's maybe I'll figure out maybe what'll work best. But I think it would be great for everybody, because I know, like, as new coaches, there's a lot going on. And then, as you start to grow and learn about all these other things, there's a lot going on. And you learn about all these new things, and you're like, oh, I'm going to try that. Oh, I'm going to try that. Maybe I'll try that. And they're great, but I think what works best is, and I've heard this before, and I need to try and apply it, is master one thing and then add on something else. And I haven't done that. I've been really, trying to multitask all these new things that I keep hearing about, and it ends up just nothing gets done. So that's my goal for October, is simplification. That's a new goal as of this team call. So, okay. Well, thank you, Amber, for jumping on, and I'll have this up soon.